What is the central issue in the gun control debate? Right to protect oneself with such a weapon and how easy it is for anyone to get such a weapon. The side for nobody having such weapons sees humans as flawed individuals whose inherent probability of inflicting needless violence is too great to add firearms to the equations where threats are responded to at a greater rate in higher regional population densities. The side for everybody having such weapons sees humans as flawed individuals whose inherent probability of inflicting needless violence is too great to subtract firearms from the equations from where response time to threats is relative to local population density. The problem is not the gun. It is the fact that any fucking lunatic juvenile delinquent can buy one whenever they want and then go on and kill a shitload of people because mama didn't love them enough. Every single responsible gun owner I know thinks that needs to stop. That's the problem. It's the only problem. Anything else, safety for instance, can be handled without government involvement. The idea of debate when it comes to gun control. The working class should be armed to deter or overthrow the bourgeoisie. I really feel like the biggest problem is people think that the debate will lead to a change in the Second Amendment. And most people that have guns do not want the government to take them away and or regulate which ones they can have. If someone wants to kill, he's doing an illegal thing anyway, but if he's defending himself, he better have a weapon. The central issue is how to reduce gun deaths without removing people's right to bear arms. There has to be a reduction in the amount of firearms in the US. But there has to be an incentive for people to part company with their weapons that doesn't involve going against the Second Amendment. Note that the Second Amendment lovers, those people who are all about defending the Second Amendment and who think the world is one step away from tyranny, these people aren't actually the ones killing people. So any solution to reducing gun violence doesn't mean these Second Amendment lovers have to give up their weapons only when their hands are cold and dead. Misinformation, hysteria, idiots. The Democrats have been going to take away people's guns for the past 40 years. Hasn't happened. But hey, that's what people are told, have been told, every time the gun control debate comes up. Every sane measure that could actually limit people's access to the guns that are being used in mass shootings is met with, but me guns. Second Amendment says I can have bazookas. And BS like that. The Second Amendment allowing Americans to arm themselves against a tyrannical government versus public safety. The false statement that less gun availability results in less terrorism. Second Amendment. The stand your ground laws have some play in it, I think. I want to be able to protect myself, my family and my property. Red Dawn. The Purge. Road Warrior. And people who think these are realistic fiction. Guns. To be as unbiased as possible, the main issue of the right boils down to the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms, originally in defense of a tyrannical government, and that its abuse of government power, the very thing the amendment is meant to go against, to take away what they deem to be something protected by the Constitution. Whether or not that amendment truly works in today's government/military context or whatever the true reason they like having guns is another story. For Democrats, it's simply the argument that too many people are using guns to kill people and we have far too many mass shootings and massacres, shockingly the vast majority being from the far right, and the quickest and easiest way is to get rid of guns, or at the very least gun reform. That's probably a very oversimplified, very boiled down explanation. Fear. Misinterpretation of the Second Amendment. Agreed. Every time one of these mass shootings occurs, the police are like, the motive is unclear. There is no motive when some nutjob decides that he's mad at the world and wants to inflict maximum damage on innocent people before he offs himself. I live in England where our schools aren't being built with panic rooms to hide from school shooters. Although we have just as bad if not worse parents. Strange. Right here FBI. Also, that shit works both ways. Elites can quash the working class and afford more and better weapons. Didn't Reagan say he was for control on certain weapons? Shit has only been a Democrat thing in recent years. Misinformation, hysteria, idiots. Same can be said for the gun control side. The Democrats have been going to take away people's guns for the past 40 years. Then perhaps people like Beto and Biden shouldn't say that's what they want to do. You also can't claim no one wants to take your guns and then say we need to copy the Australia model where they literally took people's guns. There's so much dishonesty from the gun control crowd, it's no wonder gun owners don't want to come to the table. And before you make the accusation, no, I'm not a conservative. Also they use some lame argument like, the only way to stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun face with rolling eyes. Yes, because an armed civilian militia totally stands a chance against the US fucking government should it decide to come for them. Doesn't matter if that's the reason the amendment was formed, it's not the reality anyone lives in today. They already are. Not trying to be edgy, but that's exactly what the police are for. The police enforce the will of the state and the wealthy control the state. And the lower class can't even outgun them, much less the National Guard. Governor Reagan called for gun control, yes, after the Black Panthers rolled into California with fully loaded guns. https://www.thunion.com/opinion/column/Terry McAteer Reagan began California's love for gun control legislation https://www.theunion.com/opinion/column/Terry-McAteer-Reagan- began California's love for gun legislation. As president, Reagan didn't do anything of note regarding gun control. https://www.thoughtco.com/gun rights under President Ronald Reagan 721343, https://www.thoughtco.com/gun-rights-under-President-Ronald-Reagan 721343. It wasn't until he was an ex-president that he supported gun control measures. So, no. You're wrong. Only to keep guns out of the hands of black people, and after he was shot himself. https://www.washingtonpost.com/politics/2021/04/09/6 Biden took guns show limits what he can do https://www.washingtonpost.com/politics/2021/04/09/6-actions-biden-took-guns-show-he-can-do. Not one measure takes away people's guns. As I said, misinformation. Great Britain proves that isn't true. But hey, facts never meant anything to the crowd that watched Trump supporters attack the Capitol then claimed it wasn't Trump supporters after it was live on national television. I don't know, the Viet Cong and Taliban seem to hold their own. I always remind these folks that the government allows them to own firearms because they pose no threat. So who is in control there? It's not Mr. Private Citizen. You jerks are still being told what to do in your little playpen.